my fortune is bad. Ifalara, Alara, yes, tell Alara that I've seen my fortune. Tell Orogun that I've seen my fortune. My lost fortune is back to me.
You are welcome to Gary Brown Live TV. If you are just joining me, I welcome you all.
Why? The joy in my heart is all over me. That I'm singing the song of joy. Yeah. The song of life. The song of hope. And the song of Odu. Then I will say, every Balara, Alara, Omorire,
So I greet you all. So I'm waiting for you guys to join this conversation so that we can start.
Yes, tell Alara that I've seen my fortune. Tell Orogun that I've seen my fortune. Orunmila has given me the wisdom. Yeah. The wisdom of life. That's right. The wisdom to live. And the wisdom to be saved from the tribulations of this world. Now that I've seen my fortune, tell Alara. Now that I've seen my fortune, tell Orogun that I'm successful. Now I'm thanking my Ifa Priest. My Ifa Priest is thanking Orunmila. And Orunmila begins to thank Olodumare. Marry my every Balara, Alara, Omorire. Yes, my fortune is back.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome to Gary Brown Live TV. If you're just joining me, I greet you all and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all wherever you are watching me from. This is another Gary Brown Live TV live streaming. If you are just joining me, Gary Brown Live TV is where we promote African traditions, culture, and religion. So our campaign is to let the whole world know that our religion is not evil. And we have our messages from Olodumare, which was sent through Orunmila to us as Africans, as Yorubas. So today, my topic is from the Odu Ifa Irosun Atere. You know, Irosun Atere is one of the 240 minor Odu Ifa that we have in Ifa religion. So if you are new to Ifa religion, Ifa is a body of knowledge and wisdom from Olodumare, sent to Orunmila. Today in our society, we have Babalawos as the custodians of Ifa messages. And Ifa messages are categorized into 16 major, which we call 16 major Odu Ifa. And each Odu Ifa has subchapters, 16 each. So the sub-chapters of these Odu Ifas are 240 in numbers. And the major one is are 16. So when you total all the Odu Ifa that we have 256 Odu Ifa. So among the Odu Ifa that we have, Irosun Atere is one of the Odu Ifa that I would be using to educate you guys today. You know, if you are in Nigeria, I greet you good evening. Presently in Nigeria, our time is 8:16 p.m. So as you are joining me, I welcome you all. And I'm sure many of you will go back to watch my videos if you cannot watch live right now. But for some of you who are with me, I greet you all and I thank you for joining this conversation. So, this story, there's a story in this Odu Ifa that I will be sharing with you for you to learn, to have some knowledge, to get some knowledge from this Odu Ifa. Irosun Atere is Irosun on the right, Owonrin on the left. So, this Odu Ifa talks about the story of a man called Ifakolade. Ifakolade. I love this Odu very much because actually my name is Kolade. So Ifakolade, I want to know what this story is all about so that we can learn from this story together. So if you are just joining me, I greet you all and I say, may the peace and blessing of Olodumare be with you. So I'm waiting for you guys to join me so that I can start. So that we can be together as I narrate the story of Ifakolade with you guys. So I greet you all wherever you are watching me from, all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all wherever you are watching me from. And I thank you for showing me love on this channel. I thank you all. Keep on sharing my videos. Keep on liking my videos. Let us promote African religion. Let us promote African culture together. You know, we have a way of sharing the beauty of our traditions to the whole world now. And that way is with the use of information and technology that we have today. So we have a very big voice now. We have people who are coming out, in different platforms, talking about Isheshe. And of course, Isheshe is real. And there is a saying, a phrase that I always like to say, and I always like to chant day and night, which is Isheshe Lagba. So the story of Ifakolade is what I will be using to educate you guys today. And this story is all about, the essence of of doing what you were born with, the tradition, the religion that you were born with. This story will educate you, will let you understand the reason why you should never deviate from your ancestral path. That is what you are going to learn from this very Odu Ifa. As you all know, I sell this Odu Ifa book. If you are interested, you can message me via my WhatsApp. If you check my about section, you see my WhatsApp number there. So you can message me so that you get a copy of the Odu Ifa that I've been using to educate you guys on this channel. So if you are comfortable with the Yoruba version, you can get a copy of the Yoruba version from me. Then if you are conversant with, if you are much more comfortable with reading English, I have the English version as well with me, so that when you have a copy of this Odu Ifa book, you can always read and you can educate yourself. You can share from the knowledge of Orunmila from the through the book. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for showing me love. Thank you for sharing my videos, and thank you for liking my videos. So the story of Ifakolade is what I am about to share with you tonight. From the verse one of this Odu, which says that Bonkwola Abeso Gbede Gbede divined for Ifakolade. When you hear define, that is Da Ifa, Adafa, Adifa Fun Ifakolade, the titled priest, when he stopped serving Ifa. Ifakolade stopped serving Ifa. And this is a story I will be sharing with you the reason why Ifakolade stopped serving Ifa, and what happened to Ifakolade when he stopped serving Ifa. This is a story I will be sharing with you guys tonight. So pay attention as I narrate the story with you, so that you can learn some lessons and you can share from the wisdom of Orunmila through this story. So this is an insight. It's an insight into the Odu Ifa Irosun Atere. Irosun on the right, Owonrin on the left. Irosun Lapa Otun, Owonrin Lapa Osi. So it's a story of Ifakolade from the verse 1 of this Odu Ifa. And I told you guys that if you are interested in having a copy of this book, you can message me through my WhatsApp number. Check the about section of on my channel to get my WhatsApp number. Message me anywhere you are all over the world. I will send the book to you, and when you make your payments within 5 working days, if you are outside Nigeria, the book will get to you outside Nigeria within 5 business days. Or if you are in Nigeria, the book will get to you within 1 or 2 days. So let's get started. This Ifakolade has been chosen by an Ifa priest since birth. Ifakolade has been chosen. This story is all about the fact that whoever is our parents are traditional worshippers, and there is something, we are all traditional worshippers in Africa. Traditional worshippers means we believe in our traditions and we worship God through our through the way we understand God, and it's our traditions, So we are all traditional worshippers in Africa, and this story is all about that those whose parents are traditional worshippers who are having financial problems should go back to their ancestral path. In Africa today, there are many people are going through so many problems, here and there. And many of our fellow brothers, our fellow Africans forgot their ancestral paths. And this is the reason, and I think this is the reason why many of Africans who are having one problem or the other are having such a problem, because they forgot their ancestral religion, and this is what this Odu Ifa will be explaining. So just pay attention as I narrate the story to you. So this Ifakolade had been chosen as an Ifa priest since birth. He agreed and learned Ifa from Orunmila. So Ifakolade was chosen to serve Ifa from birth. So he agreed, you know, he agreed and he began to learn Ifa from Orunmila. So what now happened? He completed his training and got his freedom from Orunmila. Then Orunmila prayed for him to gain his freedom and to be an independent Ifa priest. So he began to practice Ifa. He began to practice his profession, and he began to make it in life. He began to be successful. So on the long run, Ifakolade later got a title as an Ifa priest. He got a title. He became famous in the society. People were happy with him. He was doing well as an Ifa priest. So 3 years later, he had become quite wealthy. When he became an independent Ifa priest, so he became very wealthy after 3 years. So he then decided that he could no longer practice priesthood. It's very common to people, to so many people nowadays. People quickly forgot some people quickly forgot their source of success. And in Yoruba land, they say whoever forgets his source, they say odò tó bá gbàgbé orísun odò yẹn máa gbẹ. It means that when you forget the source, the source of your wealth, if you forgot it, you may lose the source. That's the meaning. So he then decided that he could no longer practice his priesthood, where he made a piecemeals at a time. As the priesthood that made him successful, he later forgot the priesthood. Then what now happened? He had forgotten that it was those piecemeals that he had gathered together to make him so wealthy. He was an Ifa priest, and he made money practicing his religion. But after 3 years, he stopped practicing his religion. Like I said, we are all traditionalists in Africa, in Nigeria. I mean, in Yoruba land. The essence of why I said this is that if you check the most of our surnames in Yoruba land, you see that many of us bear surnames that are named after a particular Orisha, like Ogun. We have people called Ogunyemi. We have people called Ifadayisi. We have Ifakolade. We have so many. So we were all traditionalists, but because of the advent of the Western religion in our land, many of us began to leave our ancestral path. And when you leave your ancestral path, you can, face problems. And this is what this Odu Ifa is talking about, because Ifakolade left his ancestral path. When he was practicing in his ancestral path, he was very rich. He became rich, but all of a sudden he stopped. So what now happened? What now happened when he stopped? So when he was rich, he procured a title in the town. He became very famous, and he was given a title, a chieftaincy title. So he utilized his wealth, and he uses slaves and pawns to cultivate farmlands. He has a lot of slaves. However, within 4 years of his living in Ifa, after 4 years of living in Ifa, what now happened to him? He sold all his slaves, and he used his pawns, to borrow money from other places. His wives left him, with their children, because he left Ifa. Then after 4 years, he began to sell his slaves. He sold his farmlands. He sold his wife, divorced him, and they went away with his children, because he left his ancestral path. I said that many of us in Africa today, because we forgot our ancestral path, that is one of the reasons why many of us are going through so many things, so many tribulations, you know. And the foreign religions are telling you that you should not be associated with your faith, with your inborn faith, with your ancestral faith, and they make you to abuse your own angels. Talk of Ogun, Eshu, Oya, Oshun. These are our God sent saviors. These are our God sent protectors. God has all of these orishas to protect us, to bless us, and they have their departments. They have their departments like Eshu. Eshu is like an orisha of justice, and Ogun. We have Ogun. We have so many. So Olodumare gave us all of these orishas for them to be with us. But all of a sudden, the foreign religions came and they began to introduce their own belief to us. And that is the reason why you see many people today, they don't understand their life. They are just living. They don't even know why they are living. Their purpose in life cannot be achieved, because they've left their ancestral path. I can assure you, if you go back to your ancestral path, go to your home, go to your family, go to your family and ask, please, what was our ancestral path? We have each land in Yoruba land, for instance. There is no home you get in Yoruba land that they don't have a particular Orisha that they worship. Maybe when the foreign religions are now with us now, I'm sure many of our fellow Africans of my fellow Yorubas have forgotten even what the Orisha they worship in their home, and this is exactly what this Ifa is talking about. When you forget, or when you forgot, as in when you forget your faith, your ancestral path, it may lead to tribulations, problems for you. And this is exactly what happened to Ifakolade. Ifakolade was born, and Ifakolade had been chosen. He was chosen to be an Ifa priest, right? And he agreed. He learned Ifa through Oromila, and later on he became very wealthy. Then after 4 years, he left the path. He left the path. Then when he left the path of his ancestral path, he began to sell his properties. So if you are just joining me, the father I'm treating is Irosun Ateere. That is Irosun on the right or Owonrin on the left. And this Odu is all about the story of Ifakolade. And this Odu is telling us that our ancestral path is very, very important. Is very important because when you leave your ancestral path, you may begin to face problems in life. So let's proceed. So his wives left him with their children. Now, he now thought of what to do next because he was no longer practicing Ifa. He wasn't an Ifa priest any longer. So he now became a hunter. He became a hunter, when he did not know what else to do. Because he did not know what else to do, he now thought of becoming a hunter. So, but he could not get any animals to kill. Even he tried hard. This is exactly what I'm saying. Many people in Africa, in Yoruba land today, because of the fact that you have forgotten your ancestral path. You have been trying, you are very hardworking, you are doing all things possible to be successful, but still um, there is no way out for you, because some of you, maybe because you've left your ancestral path, and and even the foreign religions that are telling you not to embrace your ancestral path, you keep on praying, you keep on going to various places of worship. Still, the problems are not solved. The problems are not solved. God is not a God of partial. God is not God is not bad, but He told you what to do, but you didn't do it, and now you can't blame God if things are not working for you. You understand what I'm saying? So he became a hunter. Ifakolade became a hunter, but still he could not kill any animals because of the fact that he left his ancestral path. He started trading, he left hunting and he went for trading as well. He started trading by following a person with capital. He started serving people, just to make it again. He was making it before. He made a lot of money before when he was practicing his his uh, his uh, his faith as an Ifa priest, So the person he followed lost all his capital. Can you see that? He was following someone who had capital, maybe to work with the person so that he could make more money through the person. In fact, by joining the person lost his capital. I think you can see, entity, they do say something that entity budget as in someone who has been caused should not come and affect my life. So this you can see it's just like a contagious disease. He has a problem, and those he's trying to run to help him, he infected them with his problem. He infected them with his problem. I think I got a message. I think black people, let me check. Okay. Gina, I think black people must go back to their spiritual roots to get blessing from God. Yeah, that's exactly what we are talking about, and this is exactly what. Thank you, Gina 789. Because we black, we forgot our ancestral our spiritual root, and God just left us. God that created us, He created everything for us. He created our culture for us. He created our traditions for us. He created our religion for us, and He told us how to. He inspired us on how to solve our problems. He sent the Orishas to us. In fact, the Erumoles, they were with us. They were living with us. And when they were living, they said, whenever you have any problem, call on us. We are going to answer you. But all of a sudden, the foreign religions came. Not too long ago, they came to our land. Not even up to 300 years ago, they came to our land, and they began to discourage us from serving our own orishas. In fact, even in the foreign religions, they do say that you cannot go to God directly. You have to go to God through someone, who is a prophet. So you just have to go. It's the same thing in our own land. You can't go to God directly. You need to send an orisha. You need to appease an orisha for the orisha to take your prayers to Olodumare. It's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? So they came to you. They told you that what you are doing is idol. That you are worshiping idols. And if you check the concept of religion, even their own system of religion and ours, it's the same thing. In fact, God Olodumare so much loves us that He gave us different orishas that are meant for different purposes for us. So He gave us Oshun, He gave us Eshu, Oya, Shongo, Obatala, Shokono Baluaye, so many of the Orishas like that. If you have problems relating to childbearing, you know where to go to. If you have problems, if someone wants to cheat you, you have the Orisha to run to fight for you. You understand? So Olodumare gave us everything, but we left everything because of the fact that that we were deceived. We were deceived to live our own path, and that is why I am sure that is why we are facing problems in Africa today. And I can assure you, if we can go back to our ancestral path, things will start working well for us in Africa. So let's continue with the story of Ifakolade. So he became a hunter when he did not know what to do. Ifakolade did not know what to do because he left his ancestral path, but he could not get any animal to kill. And when he was practicing his religion as an Ifa priest, he became very rich. He was very rich, but all of a sudden he left. So he then started trading through someone. He started trading by following a person with capital, someone who had a lot of money to trade. So he was following the person, and the person he followed lost all his capital. You can see that we have been infecting ourselves in Africa because someone who God is angry with, and if you engage yourself in a business with someone who maybe is rich or is okay, by you doing business with such a person, again, you can be infected. That is it. I prayed to Eshu. It became okay. Thank you. I prayed to Eshu. It came to my dreams, answer my questions. At the end, he said it should be. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Of course, yes. So then he consulted Ifa to know. So when he had been having a lot of problems, that was when he now remembered to go back to Ifa. You can see. So he then consulted, and this is exactly what is even happening in our society today in Africa, in Yoruba land. I know of, I'm a Yoruba man, and I know my people. In the Yoruba land today, we have so many people who are hypocrite. When they have problems, that is when they remember to go to Babalawos. I've interviewed so many Babalawos, and they have confirmed to me that all the people that are talking bad about them, they do run to them, they do come to them to solve their problems, but they will tell their followers never to go to any Babalawo. You can understand that. So even some of their followers, when they have problems that is more than them, they go to a Babalawo to solve the problem. And this is exactly what Ifakolade did here. He then consulted Ifa to know his right profession. When he was trying all things, things were not working for him. That was when he now remembered to go to a Babalawo. He then consulted Ifa to know his right profession. He wanted to know his right profession when he had been suffering, which would lead him to wealth. He was now looking for another profession to get him rich. So, and he took the priest told him to go back to his first profession and serve Ifa properly. In fact, some of I've gone to some babalawos on behalf of my followers, which I won't mention their names. Some of them, through the divination, babalawos will tell you that, in your what is it that they worship in your home. And some of these people that have gone to the Babalawo on their behalf will confirm, it's true. This is what we do in our family. And the Babalawo will say, go back to your go and you have to be. It's either you are initiated into Ifa or you go back to Ogun. If Ogun is what your lineage worship or serve, you have to go back. That is the only way to be saved. God knew why he created us. God knew why he gave us different Gina, thank you very much. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Gina, for that support. Gina 789, thank you very much. May Olodumare bless you. May Olodumare continue uh, to improve you and to bless your pockets. Ashe. Thank you. So let's continue. So he then consulted Ifa to know his right profession, which would lead him to wealth. So the priest told him to go back to his first profession and serve Ifa properly. And that even he knew that the profession was convenient for him. He knew that, he knew that Ifa priest was very convenient for him, but because of the fact that he had left the profession, so he could not just take that bold step to go back. But he went to consult Ifa, thinking that Ifa will choose a different profession for him. So what now happened? Ifakolade therefore agreed with the priest. So he therefore agreed with the priest to go back to his previous profession, which is the priesthood that he was into in the past. So the priest told him that it was pride, pride. It was pride that made him to forget his source, and any river that forgets his source must dry up. He thought that he has made it all. He thought that, maybe he thought that it wasn't Ifa that blessed him, So the pride, and this is why it's not good to have pride. You do not have pride, because there are so many people that even when Ifa blesses them, they will say, no, 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 it's not Ifa that blesses me. I worked my life out by myself. Some will even visit Babalawo. Babalawo will do ebo for them and give their and their way will open, and they will never go back to that Babalawo to appreciate the Babalawo. It is very wrong, and that is what pride means. When Babalawo consult Ifa for you, and the ebo was ebo was made, and maybe after some years, or one or two few years later or months later, you began to see changes in your life, and you thought that no, it's because of my pastor, or it's because of my imam, it's not Babalawo. You began to give your thanks to another person. In fact, it's not good. It's not good, and it's very painful. When you are blessed from a source, and you thought that, this source, I don't want to be associated with this source. Don't get it twisted. That source may dry up. May dry. You understand what I'm saying? And that is exactly what is happening. The priest told him that it was pride that made him to forget his source, and any river that forgets his source must dry up. You understand? So please, let not have pride. Let not have, we have to be humble in whatever we do, and that's a lesson for us. Ifa speaks good. Ifa really Ifa for. Let no one tell you that our ancestral faith is evil. Let no one says that we do not know God. Our ancestors knew God before the advent of any foreign religions in our land. So thus he went back to become a priest. He now went back to become a priest, and through the pieces, through the priesthood he made, through the pieces he made, he could eat, and it took a while for his wealth to be restored. In fact, this is another thing that I want you guys to understand. Some people are looking for babalawos to make things happen in their life overnight. Some people would think that, they have been facing problems for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, and they just want to meet a babalawo, and many will say, I need a powerful babalawo. Are you saying that the powerful babalawo that will make you a millionaire overnight? It is not possible. It is not possible. So it takes time for things to be restored. If you have been facing problems for years, for months, and you meet with a babalawo, it takes years, it takes a while for everything to be restored. And if you think you want to do it so quickly, you want to make things happen so quickly, is very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. And that is why you see some people, going extra mile to commit crime, all in the name of trying to do money rituals. And there's something I want to tell you guys, in life, when you look for what is not lost and when you search for what is not lost, you can end up meeting, you can end up facing complicating issue for yourself, complicating things for yourself. So slow and steady wins the race. And if babalawos are not God, babalawos are not magician. Babalawo depend on appeasing the Orisha on your behalf. Babalawo depends on praying to God through the Orishas on your behalf. And it takes time, it takes a while for things to be restored in your life. You understand what I'm saying? In fact, some people would have been going to their various places of worship for years, fasting and praying. Things are not restored for them, but they now want babalawos that they have been saying bad against for a long time. They want the babalawo to now solve their problems overnight. It's very funny. So now let's proceed. So he went back to become a priest, and through the pieces he made, he could eat, and it took a while for his wealth to be restored. So 6 years after he came back to Ifa, he became comfortable again. 6 years after. Some people are too very anxious. Some people are very anxious. Like you have neglected Ifa for a long time. You have neglected your ancestral path for a very long time. Now you're just coming back. You want your life to be restored within a few months, which is not done. It's not possible. You have to come back. You have to commit your body and soul into the faith, so that you can get the blessing of the Orisha. You cannot cheat our Orishas. You cannot just come and deceive the Orishas, pretending as if you are in love with our Orishas and you want Orishas to bless you quickly. No, you have to serve the Orisha. We have to serve Orisha for you to receive blessing of our Orisha. And I always say to you that babalawos are not God. Babalawos are not magicians. Any babalawo that is telling you that, oh, I will make things happen within a few days for you, I'm telling you that such a babalawo might be lying to you. So babalawos depends on offering sacrifice to appease the Orisha for you, to plead with the Orishas for you, so that you can be blessed by the Orisha. And you have to commit yourself to the Orisha. The Orishas see your mind, they know what you are thinking. If you are pretending as if you love or you are ready to serve the Orisha, I'm telling you, your prayer might not be answered. You know what I'm saying? Babalawo will only try for you to appease the Orisha on your behalf, to pray to God through the Orisha, with the use of ebo. And you know what ebo means? And ebo in English is sacrifice. Babalawos, they are the ones who know the right materials to use for a particular Orisha. You understand? So 6 years after, he came back to Ifa and he became comfortable again. So he started praising his priest. Now that he's successful, he started praising his priest. His priest, yes, a boy is offering as well. Offering, sacrifice, yeah. So thank you. So he started praising his priest. His priest praised Ifa. Why Ifa praised God? Why Ifa praised God? But I like to say Olodumare instead of God, but God is in English. Why Olodumare is is the real name that we call God in Yoruba land. So and you can see now he was praising his priest, and the priest began to praise Ifa. Why? Ifa began to praise Olodumare, began to praise God. Ifa is not the one that did it. Ifa wasn't the one that did it for him. It was God. God did it. Olodumare did it. And if you think that you are praising your Babalawo, you are thanking your Babalawo will say, "Oh, please don't thank me." Babalawo will thank Ifa, which is Orunmila. Then Orunmila will thank God. You can see the chain. The chain is very clear. It's straightforward. So he said his priest chanted Ifa doors. When you get a copy of this book, you can read the stanzas of what he chanted by yourself. If you are just joining me, this is the book, the Holy Book of Ifa Adimula. If you need a copy of this book, you can message me through my WhatsApp number. So anywhere you are all over the world, the book will get to you. If you're outside Nigeria, within 5 working days, this book will get to you. If you're in Nigeria, within 1 or 2 days, this book will get to you. So, what are the lessons? What are the lessons to learn? Okay, good. I have the book. All right, that's very good, Gina. So, what are the lessons to learn? When you have this book, you can be able to read all by yourself. You can be able to get the wisdom of Orunmila from this book. In the past, we didn't have access to the messages of Ifa, and I think this is one of the reasons why the foreign religions were able to convince our people. Now that we have what to read, now that we have easy access to the messages of Orunmila, I think things will begin to change for good for us in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not yet late. It's not yet late for us to go back to our ancestral path. It's never late. And they say, he who eat last eats the best. Apẹ́ jẹun kì í jẹ ìbàjẹ́. You understand? And bí irọ́ bá lọ lógún ọdún, ọjọ́ kan ni òtítọ́ máa bá. No matter how long you have been lied to, one day the truth will prevail. The truth will prevail. So, what are the lessons to learn from this Irosun Atere? That is, Irosun on the right, Owonrin on the left. So the lessons to learn is this. This Odu Ifa teaches those whose parents are traditional worshippers. I told you that in Africa, we are all traditional worshippers. Nobody is exempted. Go to your lineage, go to your home, go to your family background. You will know that your family has one Orisha or the other they were worshipping in the past. So this Ifa is only saying that those whose parents are traditional worshippers who are having financial problems, to go back to their ancestral path. I think you can see if you're having financial problem, you should go back to your ancestral path. Maybe the Orisha that your family worship is angry or are angry, because you don't remember them anymore, So you do want to pray to. Let me give you an example. If I have someone who has been, maybe you have someone who has been taking care of you for a very long time. He has been protecting you. He has been feeding you. And all of a sudden, and this is the person that is destined to take care of you, you just say, "Oh, I'm fine. I don't want to be associated with you." Where else do you want to go? God created you, and He created the Orisha that will take care of you, and you say, "I don't want to be associated with the person that God destined with the Olodumare, the Orisha that Olodumare destined to take care of you," and you say you don't want to have anything to do with such an Orisha, then where else do you want to go? So God will just be looking at you. So God will be looking at you because He has given you what to solve your problem, but you say you you don't want to be associated with God, with what Olodumare destined to take care of you. You know, you can begin to be facing problems. There are so many problems. Not it is not only financial problems that are the problems. In fact, some people are financially okay, but they have other problems they are going through, they are facing, tangible problems, So the Orishas can punish you in different ways, if you decided not to remember them, because God destined the Orishas for you, and you said you don't want to be associated with the Orisha, then I can assure you that the Orisha, in one way or the other, will not be happy, and you may see their anger, even though maybe even by being poor is even a very good sign to show that your Orisha is not happy with you. And I can assure you, if you go back to your Orisha and you begin to do the needful, you begin to appease your Orisha, things will start working for you. So this Odu Ifa teaches that those whose parents are traditional worshippers who are having financial problems, should go back to their ancestral religion. So the gods of their fathers will show them the way out. You can see the gods of their father. There is something when they tell you that you worship idols. Idol is their language. Orisha is what we know. We don't worship Orisha. We appease the Orisha. We beg the Orisha so that God, we beg the Orisha, we tell the Orisha to tell God to bless us. Because what they tell you, they say that you are worshiping idols. I wouldn't want to mention names, but if you go to their own religion, they don't call God directly. They call the name of their prophet before calling their God, and they appease their prophet before calling their God as well. That is it. They are messengers. We have our own messengers as Yorubas. Oromila is our messenger, and all other Orishas are under the umbrella of Ifa, under the umbrella of Oromila. You understand? So now, those who have been chosen as Ifa brides, who say that they could never marry a priest, should remember that Ifa did not choose them because of his priest, but in order to help them solve a problem. Did you hear that? Those who have been chosen as Ifa brides, who say that they could never marry a priest, should remember that Ifa did not choose them because of his priest, but in order to help solve a problem. I met a woman, she's an Osun woman, and she narrated a story to me. She said she was going to church in the past and things were not working for her, and she was told that she had to go back to Osun, that Osun wasn't happy with her. In fact, this woman confirmed to me that she now accepted, she accepted Osun, and now she's an Osun worshipper. She's happy now and she's fine. And it is the same thing here. They say those who have been chosen as Ifa brides, who say that they could not never marry a priest. This one is there are some people whose their destiny is to marry a priest, a babalawo. Now, marrying a babalawo does not mean that babalawo is hungry or searching for a wife or needs a wife, but you are marrying a babalawo because of yourself, But in order for your problems to be solved, that is why Ifa shows you to marry a babalawo, a priest. That is that. So, however, no one can determine such problem that has been foreseen by Ifa. However, no one can determine such problem that has been foreseen by Ifa. When Ifa says that there is danger, or there is fire on the mountain, or there is the road is not clear, no one can ascertain the particular problem that one might be facing if you refuse to listen to Ifa. And this is what this Ifa is talking about. So no one can determine such problem that has been foreseen by Ifa. It could be financial problem, it could be health challenge, it could be anything. So it's better to play safe and listen to. It's better to play safe than you listen to Ifa. You understand? If in Yoruba land, there is what we call Akosejaye. This is what our ancestors were doing to all their children. Akosejaye is the predestined divination. So we, in the past, before the advent of the foreign religions, when a child is born, such a child will have, maybe, I think, after 7 days or thereabout, I'm not sure, but after a few days, the Akosejaye will be done. The predestined divination will be done to know the destiny, the do's and don'ts of the child, what the child should eat, what the child should not eat, the life the child will live will be revealed through the divination in the past. And when such a child lives in that direction, that path, such a child will live a successful life. You can see that Olodumare gave us everything, gave us all the knowledge and wisdom to live a successful life as Africans. But unfortunately, uh, you know, maybe because of the slavery that happened in the past, there's no more slavery, but what we call a mental slavery is what we have now. People cannot think for themselves anymore. People have been brainwashed to the extent that people live under fear. People live under fear of unknown. And that is what is happening now. We cannot we have been lied to so much that it's now very hard for us to think and to decide for ourselves. So however, no one can determine such problem that has been foreseen by Ifa. It may be in order that such a woman can have children. It's still referring to a bride, a woman that is told that a lady that is told that she should marry Ifa priest. Ifa is telling you to marry Ifa priest because of yourself, not because of the priest. It may be in order that such a woman can have children, or so that she can prosper, or for her to live long. It could be any of these problems. And the wizard do not fight against Ifa's wives. You can see, the wizard do not fight against Ifa wives. Priest or the servant of any god, for such a person, will accord them necessary respect, and they know that if they attempt to harm him or her, God may rise up against them, and the heavenly beings are more powerful than earthly beings. You can see many people today are scared of the witches and the wizard, and because of the fact that they say that they are gods, cause people, which is a very big lie. God created all our orishas, the witches, the wizard, Yami. God created them for a purpose, but in your various religious homes, you are told to fight them. Ever since you have been fighting Iyami, have you ever conquered them? You can never conquer them. You can never conquer them. So when you serve your Orisha properly, the Iyami will respect you and they will not touch you. This is what this book is saying. The witches, the wizard do not fight against Ifa wives. Ifa is an Orisha, Orunmila is an Orisha, and when they say Ifa here, it means that when you are a follower of Orunmila, um, nothing can touch you. Priest or the servant of any god, that is of any Orisha, for such a person, not only wives of Ifa priest, even servant or followers of any of the Orishas, such person will accord respect, will accord them necessary respect. When you find, this is exactly what I was saying. When you are Isheshe follower, and you believe in your traditions, you can never be disrespectful to Yami, to the witches and wizards, because you know that God created them, and you know how to live without offending them. But the foreign religions will tell you to fight them. Ever since you have been fighting Yami, have you ever conquered? You can never conquer, and they will tell you that Osho power is powerless, Mami water power is powerless. If you say God created them and he gave them the power, how can you be telling your followers that their powers are powerless? And in fact, even someone told me, and I confirmed it, that many of the things that you see on earth today were inspired by the Orishas. Water Orisha, so many Orishas inspired what you are enjoying today, what you call technology today. Go and do your findings. Orishas inspired all of these technology that you are seeing today. So when they say they have powerless power, and you join them singing that song, that Osho power, Osho is like the wizard, the wishes, that they have powerless power. You are cursing yourself. You are cursing yourself, because God created them, and God knew why he created them. So for you to be saying that they have powerless power, it means that you are cursing yourself. You should appease them. And this is exactly what this Odu Ifa is saying, that the wishes wizard do not fight against Ifa's wife, priest, or the servant of any gods. The servant of any god, such as Ogun, Oshu, Yemoja, Obatala, Obaloaye, and the rest of them, because such a person will accord them necessary respect, because you must have been told that they are God's angels as well. God created them for the purpose they are meant for. So you can't be rude to them. But the foreign religions keep the foreign religious leaders keep telling you to abuse them, to curse them. Why? Our traditional religion says respect them, and when you respect them, you won't have any problem in life, But when you curse them, that is when you begin to be in a battle with them, and you can never win them. You can never win them. Ever since you have been saying they have powerless power, or marine Orisha of water will exist forever. You can never eradicate them. So that is it. Now, so as I was saying, so when you accord them the respect, they know that when you accord them the necessary respect, and they know that if they attempt to harm him or her, God may rise up against them, and the heavenly beings are more powerful than earthly beings. When you respect the Iyami, when you respect the witches and the wizard, as a traditionalist, they will never touch you, because they know that when they touch you, the heavenly being will rise up and fight for you. They will not, because you respect them, you give them the necessary honor you have to give them. So you can never be touched. That is what our Ifa religion teaches us. So the underestimated tree branch may blind the passerby. No one should disregard the religion which all agents of God met on earth. You should not disregard the religion which all agents of God met on earth. So everyone should know that all works of God are good and should not insult traditional religion. So whoever is insulting our traditional religion is insulting himself and is cursing himself, right? So this book as well says that whoever this Odu Ifa is appeared to, that is Irosun Atere, that is Irosun on the right, or Owonrin on the left. So to the client, this Ifa tells the client that a certain God, so this is a message to whoever this Odu Ifa is revealed to. When you visit a Babalawo and this Odu Ifa is revealed to you, so this is a message for you. This Ifa tells the client that a certain God in his family has been abandoned. I've already said that earlier, that not only Ifa, maybe there's a particular Orisha that your family worship, but you have abandoned the Orisha, or maybe the entire family has abandoned the Orisha. So the client is not the only one in his family who is facing such a problem. Is facing problems. You can see so many people, so many family today, they are having problems, and I even do watch videos on online. You see all these foreign religion followers, their leaders will say, "Oh, there is a tree in front of your house. You have to go and cut the tree. If you don't cut the tree, your life." These people are complicating issue for you. These people are adding to your problems. They will add to your problem and they will go their way. So if you like, if your problem is solved, if it's not solved, is a cup of is your cup of tea. So you have been told that you have one Orisha in your family that you have abandoned. I mean that you have to go and fight the Orisha. You have to go and cause the Orisha. You have to go and cut the tree. And you go you listen to them, and at the end of the day, the pastor, he will go his way, and you begin to face the problem all by yourself. I think I've interviewed two babalawos on my page now that were once going to church. They were, in fact, I think two of them, one was an interpreter in the church, while one was living with a pastor. He was facing a lot of problems that he did consultation, and he was told that you have to go back to your ancestral path. And now he's happy now. He's happy. Even one of them that I interviewed on my page, a pastor even prophesied and told him that you do Ifa your family, go back to your Ifa. Some of these pastors, they know the truth. But they will never. They don't want you to know the truth. Just like the way they know the truth, they don't want you to know, so that you can always be loyal to them. You can always be loyal to them. So that is it. So the client is not the only one in his family who is facing the problem. So even all these people, they will tell you that, oh, the cause in your family, keep on praying every time, fasting and praying that your generational cause. It's not about generational cause. It is about what God destined you to do. You stop doing it. I was once a victim of this as well. I was once a victim, until I discover myself. Now I'm happier and I'm much more. I have rest of mind in my life now than ever. So try to know what is in your what the God that your ancestors, your home, the God that your family worshipped in the past. Try to do your findings so that you can be reconnected back to the Orisha in your home. So everyone should know that all works of God, no, sorry. So he should tell his entire family to take care of the God. The client is not the only one in his family who is facing that problem. That is to the client, the message to the client, to the person who visits the Babalawo. So, and this Irosun Ateere, that is Irosun on the right, or Owonrin on the left. So he should tell his entire family to take care of the god, so that peace and comfort may come to them. So, and he should make the recommended sacrifice. The Babalawo will be the one to tell you the sacrifice to offer so that you can be reconnected back to the Orisha. That is that about the Irosun Atere. Irosun Atere, the story of Ifakolade. Ifakolade is what I just narrated to you. Ifakolade, in summary, uh, Ifa shows him, and he listened to Ifa, so he learned Ifa from Orunmila, so he completed the training. When he completed the training, he began to practice the Ifa priesthood. So within a few years, he became very wealthy and he became very rich. So all of a sudden, out of pride, he thought that what he acquired was his own doing. He thought that what he acquired was his own power. So he now neglected Ifa. He neglected Ifa. So when he neglected Ifa, he began to lose his wealth gradually. So after 4 years, he lost everything that he had gathered because of pride. He left Ifa. Now, he now thought that he could do some other profession. He now went for hunting. He could not kill any animal, and he joined someone to trade with. He joined someone who has capital, who has money. When he joined the person, so that he could make money through the person by working for the person, he infected the person with his problem, and that person as well became wretched. All because he had a problem. His Orisha was not happy with him, so he ended up infecting someone who was okay, and the person lost his money, he lost his capital as well, he lost his business. So when he had suffered so much, he now went to consult Ifa. He went back to Ifa thinking that Ifa would choose another profession for him. Ifa insisted. Ifa told him that you have to go back to your previous profession, which is a priesthood. Priesthood. This just, Ifa is all about wisdom and knowledge. It mustn't be. All of us cannot be Ifa priest, right? But this is Ifa speaks in parable and is in when you say wisdom, maybe there is something that was destined or that was pronounced for you at your tender age to do in life. Maybe there's some food you were told not to eat, and maybe you should be appeasing your Orisha. Maybe annually, you have neglected everything, so you may begin to face problems, and you may begin to be trying so many things to be successful, and they won't work, right? So Ifakolade now later went back to a priest to cast Ifa for him. So when Ifa was cast, he was told that he had to go back to his previous profession, which is a priesthood. He did so. Then after, when he went back to the profession, he began to be fine gradually. And after 6 years, he became wealthy again. Everything was restored. And I told you that many of my fellow Africans, many of my fellow Yorubas run to Babalawos to make Babalawos perform miracle for them overnight, so that all their lost wealth will come back within a few days. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It takes time for things to be restored, and you cannot deceive the Orisha. You cannot be serving under the foreign religions and run back to Isheshe whenever you have problem, and you think that the Orisha will bless you. When you are blessed, you now run back to your foreign religions, which is not even in line with our system, not even in line with our understanding. Our understanding of God is quite different from theirs. So we are black. Even the story, the history in their book has nothing to do with what we know here in Africa. We have our own story. We have our own origin. We have The scenario here is different from the scenario in their land, and you cannot use the scenario in their land to teach us how to know God in our land. So that is that. So I hope you have learned something from this Odu Ifa Irosun Atere. So if you have not gotten a copy of this book, I advise you to have a copy. I advise you to have a copy. There is another one in Yoruba language. If that is what you want, you can message me. You will get it through me. If you're outside Nigeria, within 5 working days, you will get it. I will ship it to you. If you're in Nigeria, within 1 or 2 days, you will get your copy. It's good to have it. When you have it, you can always read. You can always read to know about the wisdom and knowledge of Orunmila, so that you can be taught on how to live a successful life. Do not wait until your problem is compounded before you understand what to do in life, before you understand what the wisdom of Orunmila is all about. It's good to have the knowledge. If you are going to a babalawo, you are going to a babalawo for babalawo to appease the Orisha on your behalf. It's their job to make offering for you, to do ebo for you. So it's their job. You can go to babalawo just for you to offer sacrifice and for Ifa to be cast for you, so that a certain Odu will be revealed. And they say, Odu tó bá máa gbé ni ló máa ń gbé aláwo reko ni. When you meet a babalawo, luckily for you, babalawo will cast Ifa, and your problems will be revealed, and the babalawo will offer sacrifice on your behalf to appease the Orisha. Thank you very much, guy. Thank you very much, guy. I appreciate you. Gina 789, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support that you just share on this, that you just share for me. Thank you very much. And as well, thank those who have donated through my Buy Me a Coffee page. I appreciate you all, and I thank you. May Olodumare continue to bless you. May Olodumare continue to be with you. May all your problems be solved by our Orisha and Irumole. May Olodumare bless you. Thank you for showing me love on this page. Please always share my videos. Use the share link right under this video to share on your social media platforms, so that we can have more people to know about our Isheshe. Because they say when you speak out, people will listen to you. When you speak, people will hear your voice. It has been, we have kept mute for a very long time, and it's high time for us to speak out. Let the whole world know what we have. Let the whole world know what we have. They have been saying that our Orisha, our traditions are evil. It's high time for us to begin to read to the world. Is to begin to let the whole world know what is in our Isheshe religion. Thank you very much. I love you all, and I pray that may Olodumare continue to be with you all. May you be protected by our Orisha, and may you be blessed by our Orisha. Ashe. Thank you. Bye for now, and get a better life.